Welcome to Heavenly Creations. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make fondant pacifiers. Alright, to begin with, we have a number of things we have to make for these pacifiers. First of all, we need to make the actual part that the baby would suck on. So what I've done is rolled out some white fondant. I've actually cut out pieces of about the size I want. Then I formed them into a ball. And then I just made it so that one side was a little bit bigger than the other side. So it's kind of like a cone. And then just kind of flattened one end, and that'll be the end that I connect to the actual pacifier. So I'm going to use green for the pacifier pieces. So first I'm going to roll out my green fondant. You can use whatever color you want, obviously. These are fun because people get a kick out of seeing a pacifier on a cupcake. It's a clever idea. I just keep putting Crisco down so that I don't stick my fondant. Alright, and then there's a couple of things that I need to cut out of the green fondant. First of all, I'm going to use a circle cutter. So I'm going to use this one. And what I'm cutting out is a circle, first of all. So then once I have my circle, I'm going to cut a piece of it off. So I'm just going to go up a bit more and cut a piece of it off like that. Because what I'm wanting is that kind of crescent shape right here. So this is my little crescent. Okay. So then I'm going to set this aside. Get my green fondant again. I'm going to re-roll it out. You could probably use a heart shape cutter for this part of it, but I'm just going to rough hand it. I want it to be big enough so that it actually looks kind of realistic with this pacifier, so I'm kind of going for a little bit of a heart shape but flat on the bottom. So like this. Yep, that seems about right. Pull that away. We may play with it as it kind of gets put together. So then in that, I'm going to take a number 5 wilt, and you can use any hole cutter depending on the size of your pacifier. And I'm cutting 2 holes in the tops of this sort of heart, flat bottomed heart. So then I'm going to set that aside. And then what I'm going to do is get my white back out. And I'm actually going to take some white and I'm going to roll it out. Rolling it out. And then I'm going to use any of these larger tips, the round on the bottom, to cut out a circle. And then what I'm going to do is actually take that circle and make it kind of more like an oblong piece. Kind of shape it up a bit, just like that. And actually, we want that a bit thicker, so I'm going to try and roll this out a little bit thicker this time. Will not roll it very much. Alright. So then we form this into kind of an oblong circle. Alright, then to put it together, what we're going to do is take our sort of flat bottomed heart, a little bit of water so that they'll stick together. And then I'm going to put this right on here. just like this. And I want to make a bit of an indent on both sides of my little oval. Just like that. Then I'm going to take my little crescent piece, which I'm going to just make some light indents on with a knife. And that piece is going to be pretend connected into my little top here. This actually needs to be a bit longer, so I'm just stretching it out a little bit. It's like the handle that's at the front on a pacifier, so you can grab it. And that just sticks right in there. And then we would take this piece and connect this onto the front, and then you'd have your pacifier. So you'd want this to dry, and best bet would have it so that each piece is dry on its own so that you can connect them and it will stay together like this. There's simpler ways of making pacifiers, but that is one way to make a pacifier out of fondant. Thank you for your views and your subscriptions. I hope you enjoy making these.